Okay. I'm super stoked. Anyway, the wife and I decided to take a vacation up to Amish country, and I was kind of hoping to find a lot of antiques up there, like, I don't know, some sort of flea markets or something. Well, we came across an antique barn. The barn wasn't antique, but it was loaded with antiques. So after walking around enough, I found a couple of gems. Anyway, I thought I'd show them off. And we'll start with the more boring ones. Like, I found another wedge to go along with my store-bought wedge, so I can crack trees open a little easier. And then I bought another saw. This saw looks pretty old. I'm not exactly sure what kind it is. Let's see here. Warranted something. I can't read it. It's kind of gummed up. But anyway, I think this saw will make a nice cross-cutting saw. So I'm going to cut all the teeth with my file so that I can make a cross-cutting saw out of it. Anyway, now for the more exciting things I found. Inside this box is something that goes with my brace. Let me grab my brace real quick since it's sitting here. I bought this many moons ago, and as far as I can tell, it's the type of brace that takes the square bits, but I have never had any square bits to go with it until I got this. Let's see. There it is. A full set of Craftsmen Bits. And if I'm reading this right, it looks like it goes 12 sixteenths, 13, 14, 15, 16 sixteenths, so it goes clear up to an inch, and it goes clear down to a 1/4 inch. So I've got the full range from a 1/4 inch clear up to an inch now. So I was pretty happy to find this. Only $24, and it looks pretty well unused. I mean, everything looks pretty sharp. Nothing's rusted. Pretty happy about that one. But what I'm really, really excited about is this. Now, this is something straight out of the woodwright shop. Now, I'll show you the profile, and I'm sure some of you might be able to guess what it is. Let's see here. Oh, let's fold this paper this way so that you can possibly see the profile. Anyway, I don't know if that's facing the camera directly or not, but see if you guys can guess what that is. Well, for those of you that can't guess, this is called a sash plane. This is the plane that cuts all of your muntins and stiles and things inside your window so that you can put your panes on the back side. And I have been so wanting one of these things because I hoped to build my own windows for the pole barn. And I was going to do it like colonial style, you know, make all the muntins and make the windows out of wood. And then put your little glass panes in with all your putty and everything, paint everything up real nice. But I needed something like this. Now, you could probably cut all these profiles with a router and all that, but this is pretty neat. Now, it says that it's 5/8, but I could not measure anything on here to be 5/8, so I'm not exactly sure what that measurement was. And I also noticed that the gap in the metal is actually smaller than the gap in the wood, so it made me wonder if maybe there were different bits for this. But anyway, I'm going to use this as is and just see what kind of a window it can make. If need be, I can always regrind this to a different profile so I can make a different shape for window, but I am very happy I found this. $16. I couldn't believe that. Anyway, and for those of you that like to know makers, it says T. Tileston, Boston, Front Street. And on the back side it has 5/8 written. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a video on my recent finds up in Amish country. Okay, I think it's time to give my new toys a test. So, I've taken the 1-inch bit out of here and fixed it into my brace. So now we're going to see how hard it is to drill a 1-inch hole into pine. Let's see, now according to Roy Underhill, as soon as it starts cutting, all you have to do is count the number of turns and that'll determine the depth. So I'm just going to count, I don't know, let's just count 16 from this point because you see it's starting to score. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But I think it stopped cutting. So either I'm not pushing enough force into this poor thing, or it just got jammed up. Maybe it does require a lot of force. Yeah, it does definitely require some force to get a 1-inch bit down into wood. Okay, let's back it out a bit. Okay, not too bad. Let's go ahead and get the dust dumped out of it. And yeah, we got about an inch deep hole right there. Did pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, now let's move on to the plane and see how that does. Okay, I took a scrap piece of wood here. It's almost 1.25 inches wide, which ought to be good enough to give this a test. And I've planed this surface and I've planed this surface, so the fence will have something to ride against. So now let's just see how this thing cuts. Feels like it's cutting. Okay, let's go again. Okay, let's see what kind of profile we have here and how it matches up to this. Well, that's not too shabby, I guess. Looks like it's going to form a nice muntin or whatever. Well, that's all for now.